Hello, welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin, Fireside Chat Edition. And today I just have a few questions for you that I'd like you to ask yourself, right? Are you healthy? Are the choices that you are making the best ones for you right now? And why is that important? I'll let you know in a second. So, yeah, are you asking yourself if you're making the right choices, especially with regards to your health? Now, as spiritual beings, we know that we have to elevate our frequencies, right? And we have to do that through meditation and practices, right? That nurture our souls, grounding in nature, salt and essential oil baths, things like that, things that nurture you. Learn, right? Learn from some masters or some gurus or some YouTubers that you resonate with. Spirituality is all about knowledge, right? Because knowledge is power. So you have to keep empowering yourself and keep pressing forward. If something resonates with you, check it out, right? Don't overwhelm yourself. But in order for us to keep elevating our frequency, we have to recognize when we are in low frequencies. And to do that, we need help, right? People like myself, other life coaches, YouTubers, self-empowerment coaches, law of attraction specialists, all of us, we're all here to help, and we all resonate differently in different parts of our spiritual growth, right? So right now I've been focused on my health for a while, but I noticed that a lot of people are trying to start doing that, which is fantastic. And I don't think it's just because it's the end of the beginning of the year this time. I don't think it's just resolutions. I think people are really feeling the energies, and their souls are saying, hey, you got to take care of this vehicle if you expect to be here longer, and if you expect to still be in this matrix, right? Fulfilling your soul mission and life purpose, our soul mission and life purpose, if you're listening to your soul, right? Because there's so much going on in this world right now, and if you're not paying attention, you're missing it. I really don't have to go into details about that here, but there are things happening all around us. The stories that are being told, the lies that are being told, the things that are being revealed. There's a lot of revelation everywhere, not just in your communities, but all over the world. Things are being revealed, and if you're not paying attention, then your frequency isn't high enough. And I mean that because there are people that are never gonna see what we see and feel what we feel as spiritual souls, right? They're not gonna be drawn to the tarot card readings and the mysticism and the esoteric stuff and the practices and the yogas. It'll never happen for them, right? But that's their choice. That's free will. But if you're somebody in your spiritual path right now, 2023, you have to start paying attention. You're being bombarded with energies, and if you need help in figuring what these are, seek the help, right? Ask the questions, join the meetup groups, do whatever you have to do to start finding answers, right? But just know that these things aren't coincidences. Everything's happening for a reason. So you have to start keeping yourself healthy. And I mean spiritually healthy, mentally healthy, physically, emotionally, creatively healthy, right? And those can all lead to you becoming financially wealthy. But you have to start somewhere. So each of us has our different path. I don't know yours, you don't know mine. I know where I'm at, and I've had, bouts of, not knowing, right, and not having clarity. So what do I start doing now? I start asking questions of my soul. And if you have guides that you count on and that you work with, start asking specific questions. Hey, where is this leading? Where am I going next? Right? Or I want to see this in my now space, and I'm going to manifest it, right? Believe it's there. Show me a sign, right? You have to ask. And I've been doing that, and I've been getting some incredible signs, right? But now it's all about making the right decision. I had let myself go at the end of 2022 a little bit, and I gained a few pounds, and then, but I had to see it again. I had to realize it, right? Because when I first started my weight loss journey 3 years ago, I didn't even see that I had 50 pounds to lose, but yet it was there. And now here I am 50 pounds later, but then I gained some back. So recently, just before the new year, I started looking at myself and go, something's not right here. I'm feeling heavy. I know the choices that I've made consciously. I chose to have that cookie and that pie, right? They didn't do any good for my physical vehicle. And now I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling the energies, and I can feel my soul saying, this isn't right. Fix this. So I started to fix it, and I lost every pound that I gained, right? And now I've started doing some more physical exercises, which I wasn't doing, because I didn't think I needed it, because I was still doing my Wim Hof breathing technique and my cold exposure training and my Qigong, and for me that was enough. But now my body's saying, no, you need a little bit more. You need to get into the cardio and things like that. So now, through beautiful miracles and synchronicities, I have the ability to do that. And now I'm teaching a Qigong class, right, at this local place here in town. And I had to pay attention, right, because those synchronicities were small. But I made the right choices. And now I've done Zumba, and I've done groove class, and I'm going to try aerial yoga, right? Because I didn't say, no, I'm good, right? No, my soul was saying, you need more. So now I know that I'm going to gain a little weight because I'm going to put on more muscle, right? That's what my body's calling for now. That's where my journey is now. More fitness, which is crazy because I just thought, I'll never have to go to the gym, and I don't have to go to the gym, but there are other things out there that we can do to keep our bodies physically fit. In addition to our diets, which I have a really good diet, and I said I let it go for a little bit, but I'm back on track. And I plan on staying there and making better choices and rejecting choices, instead of saying, oh, just one time. No, I don't do that anymore, and I'm cognizant of it. But that's for me. What is your sign? What is your body? What is your soul asking you to do? Is your soul saying give up cigarettes already? You have to listen now. Before it's like, oh, I'll quit next week. I'll quit next week. Now your soul's saying, hey, you gotta stop this because it's controlling you. And I'm not just picking on smokers. I was a smoker. I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just saying, what is it in your now space that is holding you back? It's right now is the time for you to realize it and start listening, going deep with yourself and finding out what it is that you need to get on a track with, right? To start releasing. And if it's cigarettes, if it's weight, if it's foods, it's not about going cold turkey, right? The alcohol either. It's watching how much you're intaking, becoming aware how much you're really drinking, how many cigarettes are you really having, how much junk food are you really having. You may have to create diaries and journals, right? So you can see a pattern and you can go, oh man, this doesn't feel right to me anymore. And then just start taking some kind of baby step to fix it, right? And how do you do that? You introduce something else before you let go. So if you want to, for example, quit alcohol, start by drinking more water, right? But be picky about your water. Don't just go buy the Dasani or the Deer Spring in the grocery store. Look up something that's, where you're going to get benefits from the spring water because of the minerals that it runs through. That's important. It might sound crazy, but if you just replace, right? If you focus on that, and bring in that new habit. Let's say you want to buy the spring water, and it's some springs near, not too far from you, and now you're supporting that spring, right? You make it a whole event. Now you're drinking the water, and you're drinking the water. Now you're starting to drink more water in the morning, more water in the afternoon. When you come to dinner, instead of having 2 or 3 beers or 2 or 3 glasses of wine, now it's like, one's good enough, right? And then, but you continue with the water thing, and make it a little hobby. Explore more about water and what's good in water, what's bad in water, and what you should avoid, right? Bring a new hobby, bring a new habit in. And you'll see that as you go, it could take a couple months or longer. You're going to find yourself journaling again and go, I only had 1 beer this week instead of the 30 that I'm used to. That's how easy this can be. But you have to put your mind to it, and you really have to start listening to yourself. Because there's too much going on in this world. And I'm not saying to tune into what's going on in the world. If you watch TV and the news, be more mindful about whether that information is good for you, good for your soul, whether it's true to you, right? And if it's not, then you need to tune it out. Or do something about it, right? Get involved. Either way, but you have to take some kind of action. And that's what the universe is calling us to do now. And it's been, every now moment is a new now moment, right? Today is today. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday, tomorrow's hasn't come yet. But you need to have some kind of awareness and plan in place. But you need to really start trusting your instincts and going deeper with yourself to find out what it is that you need to be doing. You can't rely on a guru to tell you what it is. You can't rely on a spiritual life coach like myself to tell you what it is. You have to figure it out. How do you do that? First, look at the things that don't resonate with you and things that you don't want in your life, right? Start there. I know that I don't want to do this. What interests me? What gives me passion? What piques my interest? Start there. Write 1 or 2 things down, 5 things, and then pick one to start with. It's all about the baby step. Pick one thing, go with it. With your health. I started this video out with speaking about health. You just have to decide, all right, I'm going to replace the Oreos that I eat every night with mandarin oranges, right? Instead of going for that 5 Oreo cookies, pick up that little orange. Simple. It's going to be hard at first, but you stick with it, right? Now that becomes a habit. Now you introduce something else that's healthy to replace something, right? So it's all about replacing, not just cutting out. But this happens really quickly. The more you do these small little things, all of a sudden you're like, I don't want anything sweet anymore. And you'll be switching from the oranges to plums or peaches or whatever. You have to create a new habit and replace the old habit. And I know that it's not easy because our minds don't allow it to. Our minds are our limits. That's what's limiting us. Call it ego, call it, judgment, call it triggers, call it trauma. It's all holding you back. And it's the only thing that's holding you back. Your spirit wants you to keep going, and it's showing you the right path to take. You just have to listen and tune in more. To do that, you have to get rid of some of the things that are weighing you down. And you have to identify those first. So, it's just a brief message just to say, get in alignment. Really start questioning what you're doing, who you're listening to, what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, and ask yourself, is this really what's helping me on my spiritual journey? And even if you're not spiritual, is this helping me? What is this doing for me? How much money am I wasting on it? You need to put it down, and write it down, and put the pen to paper, and really identify it and go, ooh, you know what, that's not good. Because if you don't see it for yourself, it doesn't matter what anybody else says to you. Everybody around you can say, hey, look, you should stop that. The more they say it, the more your monkey brain takes over and goes, nah, screw that, I'm going to do it. Now you're not doing it for you, you're doing it because of them. There's a big difference. You have to start learning to do more for yourself, right? to what aligns with you and you're passionate about, regardless of what anybody else thinks about it, and regardless of what anybody else is doing. And I'm talking about spouse, children, family, friends, mothers, fathers. Their opinions matter to a certain degree, but if we continue to be led by their opinions, then we don't have our own, and we're not free. And to be honest, we're not free in a lot of things. Not in government, not in healthcare, not in pharmacy, not in any of that. We're just not. We're slaves, right? So the more that we start freeing ourselves first from everything that we've been programmed, that's the only way you're going to progress and align yourself with your true path and really receive your abundance. It's waiting for you. It's there. So I truly encourage you to start going deeper. It's time. We are as powerful as the one, Neo. Energetically, because it's all energy, we can manipulate it in the matrix like he did to do whatever we want. We can beat those agents, right? We don't have to fight them. We just have to stand in our sovereignty and our freedom. Take our freedom back. So, take your freedom back. And if that's, it looks to you like a health issue, if it looks like an addiction, if it looks like trauma, it's time for you to take control of that, right? Do everything you have to release it with love and care and compassion, all of those beautiful things. But don't make it to a point where you're stuck there and you can't do anything else. You can do a lot of other things. Make sure that you're not moving from ego. You have to start moving from soul and spirit now, and that's found in your heart, your solar plexus, right? Your sacral chakra. All those things are telling you, they're giving you pulses of information. Start tuning into those, and you're going to have an amazing life, the life that you really want, because you're going to create it. I guarantee that, and I'm speaking from my own experience, but my experience is my experience, and yours is yours. Just figure out what you want to experience and do more of that. Seriously, folks. And if you have an issue trying to get there, right, because we all need a push, we all need a helping hand, I'm more than willing to help. Here's the link to my website. Check it out. It's an investment, right? I'm not saying it's a small investment. It's an equal exchange of energy that you're willing to give yourself. And it doesn't have to be investing in me and my product. It could be any product that you resonate with. But make that investment in yourself, regardless of whether you think you have the money or not, because you are priceless. Your health is priceless. Your soul is priceless. Knowledge is priceless. Gain more knowledge. Take more action steps. Release all that does not belong to you any longer, or all that's not good for you anymore. Only you can determine what that is. You got this. You can do it. Have an amazing day. Please, if you're called to do so, please give this video a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment. I'd love to know where you are and what your challenges are. Maybe I can just give you a few words of encouragement over the comments. And subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel really puts it out there, to universe, so they can start putting me out there a little bit more. This message might inspire somebody. If you're not inspired by it, maybe you know somebody who is, and you can turn them on to it. I'd appreciate that. So continue on your spiritual awakening journey, but do it with mindfulness and pay attention. Right? Have a blessed day. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me.